Good day. My name is John Navira. I'm a qualified banking practitioner and researcher. We are continuing our journey. As promised, we're going to look at Haiti and see if we can bring everything together. Does it really matter that the USA is richer than Haiti and Liberia? The answer is unequivocally yes. The richer a country is, the higher are the income levels of its citizens, reflecting higher standards of living. Really, what we are concerned with is the need for a quality life, standards of living and health. For instance, life expectancy at birth in the USA is a high 80. In Africa, it is between 40 and 50. Understanding how country A is rich and B and C poor is really the single most important, perhaps the most crucial challenges facing humanity. Remember the words of Cassius, echoing through the ages. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Julius Caesar, Act 1. It is important that each and every one of us reflect on these differences and ask ourselves questions that will lead us closer to truth. Truly I say unto you, the kingdom of truth is within you. Ask and you shall be answered. Knock, seek, and the door shall be opened to the truth, and it shall set you free. Freedom is what we need. Freedom to think, to contemplate, to reflect. It was indeed freedom that made the Greeks to come up with all their ideas, which have benefited us tremendously through the ages. So our question is, how is it that one country is blessed and others cursed? For instance, USA is about 50 times, more than 50 times richer than others. Firstly, America has had at least 200 years of steady economic growth. Haiti had 0% growth per capita. Therefore, its income per capita remains constant, while USA steadily grows at 2% per capita. In 2 centuries, country B, or the USA, will be more than 50 times wealthier than Haiti. This is the secret of the USA, steady economic progress, growth for an extended period of time. Haiti, as we saw in its history, has not had that luxury. The questions then that impact national wealth revolve around the following issues. What is the role of worker productivity? Why do some experience accelerated growth while others stay stagnant? What is key to sustainable growth over periods of time? Each one requires a model to illustrate the mechanism of economic growth. There are 2 types of models. There are theoretical and empirical models. The solo and neoclassical models emphasize investment and human capital. However, technological disparities also play a significant role, as witnessed in Haiti and Liberia. Technology is not widely available, even for agriculture. Differences in access to technology play a significant role. Thus, a model of technological change would be essential. So the key issues to consider under technology are how it emerges, lasts, and contributes to income differentials. Essentially, it is also important to ask ourselves why America is organized differently from Haiti and or Liberia. Why are their market structures different? In America, policies adopted encourage economic growth, while those adopted in such places as Haiti and Liberia hamper technological adoption and acceptance. Therefore, to appreciate economic growth, systematic models of the political economy of development and examining the process of economic growth that leads us to acquire that data can possibly bring out the causes for success or failure. Human capital plays also an important role in adapting to change and implementing new technologies. Human capital plays a role in enhancing productivity. Well, what we're also saying is that human capital, the ethical part of the human capital, also plays an important part. We saw in Haiti and Liberia that corruption is one of those that really undermined it, and corruption can only be practiced by human capital. Technologically, ideally, should arise from purposeful investments by firms and individuals. The process of technological change is related to market structure, anti-monopoly and competition policy, intellectual property rights policy, and property rights in policy in general. So we can look at it when we're looking at technology. We can say, we can quote James Watt, the inventor of the steam engine: "An engineer's life without patent was not worthwhile." How many countries register patents? How many countries respect patents? Invention is largely an economic activity which, like other economic activities, is pursued for gain. Schmuckler. There are many quotes like this, and we can go on and on. But basically, we need a framework for understanding economic growth. The first model is the Solo model. It assumes that households save a constant fraction of their disposable income. The second assumption is that other key agents in the economy are firms, and this gives us what we call the aggregate production function, which says that output in a particular period is a function of capital stock, labor, and technology. So we can see here that the more technology is available, the more the quality of the labor, the greater it is that the economy can grow. Without these things, I'm afraid it's a journey into a black hole, that will eventually crash that economy. Thank you. If you like, subscribe, hit the like button as well.